Good evening, everyone. I hope your Diwali went well. Good. So, guys, in the last session, we started with a very important chapter, which was management of cost strategically for emerging businesses. So, the entire chapter is based on emerging business models. We covered a major part of this. Some part was pending, which we'll cover today. I did not give any note, okay, separately. So, Vaibhav, there is nothing to be copied, or there is nothing to be captured. There is nothing to be copied from the screen. We were talking about emerging business models. So, we first evaluated how the supply chain works, what are the areas where supply chain cost structure needs to be understood, where it is needs to be improved and all that. Now we'll actually start with business models. Now, business models, when I'm talking about, I'm actually talking about emerging business models. I'm not talking about existing business models. Okay, emerging business models are those where some changes were introduced. In certain cases, there was a 360-degree change. There was a change to such an extent that entire industry got revolutionized. So we'll be now starting with all those different business models. First of all, what is a business model? Basically tells you how the business works, how the system works, and how you can actually create your own place in the competitive market. May it be, or rather it can start with entering into the market till you capture the entire market. There are several different strategies implemented. All those different strategies are implemented with different objectives. And you as a student need to know, or you as a knowledge seeker basically need to know how things are managed and what are these things called as. So we'll be working on that now. So basically your emerging business models survive or work on three basic principles. One is hyper disruptive business models. Hyper disruptive business models, when I say, it indicates that there is a 360-degree change introduced by a company, introduced by a manufacturer or a service provider, that has changed the entire industry, and that has changed the entire lookout of the industry, that has changed the entire functioning of the industry. So highly disruptive is the 360-degree change. Then you also focus on sustainability. Sustainability, when you talk about, it is related to your economic sustainability or your social, environmental sustainability. And finally, we will be talking about how to deal with emerging national markets. National market, when I say, it is actually to be considered as, it can even be international markets also. Okay, it can considered as international markets as well, because see, when you go global, your competitor is not only in Maharashtra or India, your competitor will be sitting in the Canada also. Your competitor can be in Japan also. So that part we'll also see in the third part. Initially, we'll go for hyper disruptive business models. As they say, they create, disintermediate, refine, re-engineer, or optimize a product or a service, or a role or a function or a practice or a category or a market sector or the industry. So basically, it's a wholesome effect. See, it has impact on the individual role. It has an impact on individual function. It also has an impact on category, since your initial or your uh, bottom line rules are affected. Naturally, it will create an impact on the category in which your business is performing. It can be even related to market, which is a higher segment. If you go further higher, it can be applicable for the sector as well as the industry. Like if I take simple example of Uber. Uber was introduced in India and it has created Uber, Ola, they have created a revolution in India in terms of taxi services, cab services. Earlier, we used to get down, we used to come down, go to the nearby place, book a cab. There are certain areas where cabs are only, auto rickshaws are not allowed. You get cab quite frequently, but certain areas where auto rickshaws are dominating the public transport, you have to wait for the cab, or else you'll have to go for private transportation. Now, for this situation, Ola and Uber were literally blessing in disguise. Reason being, you sit at home, book a cab for yourself. Once it comes down, you get down from your house with all your luggage and all that stuff. So that was a 360-degree change. The another example I can give you, Amazon. You did not go to the shop. You need not go to the shop. Sit at home, order the product. The product will be delivered. So your traveling time is saved, your traveling cost is saved. Plus your shopping time is also minimum. You go from one supplier to another supplier, one shop to another shop. It's not needed. Just keep on scrolling. You will get the required product from the required supplier. You can also take example of Tesla, which has introduced electric vehicles, and they are pioneer of electric vehicles. The kind of transformation Tesla has brought in the automobile sector, it is commendable. And that is called disruption. They have changed they have affected the industry to a very large extent. All companies, all automobile companies are now running after either launching their their electric vehicle, or they are after upgrading their vehicles, electric vehicles. So companies like Maruti, companies like Mahindra, companies like Tata, companies like Volkswagen, companies like Hyundai, Honda, everyone is working on EVs now. Those who already have EVs in the market, they are trying to upgrade their products. Those who don't have, they are launching their products. Same thing happened with two-wheelers. So, less charging station is not a problem of the manufacturer, Sonal. I hope you are understanding this. Now, since the production has started, definitely government will take some steps towards increasing the charging stations. Otherwise, their idea of promoting electric vehicles will fail. Now, these days, people don't buy electric vehicles because of the charging issue. Like my native place is Goa. I stay in Mumbai. The distance is around 625 kilometers door to door. My native is Goa, 625 kilometers away. I cannot use electric vehicle. Where will I charge? Maximum range will be 275, 250, 280. Even if you consider highway running, maximum 300. Now, of course, if I go for Kia electric and all, which cost me 80 lakhs, it gives me a mileage of 500 also, but that is right now, currently it is beyond my reach. I won't buy a car of 80 lakhs. So I'm taking example of small cars like Nexon and all. So I cannot take that car out of Mumbai, because a major problem for me is charging stations. So when I'm doing this, it has created a need for the government also to interfere and start with more and more service stations, charging stations. So that is what we call it as disruption. People were not keen. मुंबई इंडिया में सीएनजी पंप्स भी इतने कम है जिसमें सीएनजी व्हीकल्स को ही सफिशिएंट सप्लाई नहीं मिल रहा है. And then we have been forced to accept electric vehicles. See, no company will stay back. Arguing on this point that there is less charging station, it's not their lookout. They are forcing government to take an action and increase charging stations now. So that is disruption. Then you also have, see, Uber is cab transportation, commutation. Tesla is EV. I gave you example of Amazon, which is shopping. I can give you one more example, Zara. It has created a huge impact in fashion field. You can use ethanol as a fuel, but do you have a car where you can put ethanol right now? No. Currently, they are working on it. I'm sure the moment they find out ethanol as a real substitute of petrol, they will switch. Like I still remember in 2007, yeah, when I bought my first car, it was LPG, liquid gas. But of course, auto gas, not that cylinder pump, that batla that we use at home, chapati banane wala, wo nahi. Proper LPG tank was there, and there was a huge difference in the price. Petrol was 44 at that time, and this LPG was 24, and mileage was almost same. So ideally, I was saving cost there. Then they introduced CNG, but CNG was majorly used in cabs and autos. So there was a huge traffic, or there was a huge congestion at different CNG pumps because number of CNG pumps were less. So they introduced CNG pumps also, and now you see this range of CNG cars. There is a wide range. So if ethanol is sanctioned to be used as a fuel, then the company will start manufacturing it. No, electric, it is proven. You got it, Vaibhav? Yes, absolutely. That's what I said. No. Disintermediate means you don't need a middleman. You need not go to the wholesaler, retailer, distributor. You don't need that. You directly place your order on the website and you directly get the. Toyota has manufactured a 100% ethanol car. Can you buy it in India? Can you buy it in India? Currently, no. So that has not disrupted Indian market yet. Exactly my point. All examples I'm giving you, they have already. All examples that I've given you, they are already in the Indian market and they have changed the market 360 degrees. Tesla has not been introduced in India, but because of Tesla, that's what I said. Because of Tesla, it was mandatory for Hyundai, Tata, Mahindra to start their own EV production. That disrupted market in India. Launching Tesla somewhere in US, Singapore, or anywhere else for that matter, has disrupted market even in India, not directly, but indirectly. Yeah. So, basically, we all see when you talk about a business, we all work for profits, and profit can be earned in a premium manner only if you give something different. Like Zara, I was talking about the fashion brand. Apple, you can take example. So in case of cab services, it's Ola, Uber. Then it can be Amazon in terms of shopping. Then it can be Tesla in terms of automobile manufacturing industry. Zara in terms of fashion designing or fashion products. Apple in terms of telecommunication. And the biggest example is Netflix, DTH. I have seen people stopped using cable or Tata Sky after Jio was launched. So they have Jio and they have all various apps like Disney, Hotstar, they have Netflix, they have Jio TV, Jio Cinema, and all that, their work is done. So that has again brought a huge 360-degree change in this DTH market, direct to home. Zomato, yes, you can say Zomato can also be called as highly disruptive model, but then earlier also there was home delivery possible in your nearby hotels. So with Zomato, the range has widened. The range has widened. Okay. So Zara started with their fashion chain, their outlets, chain of outlets. And they tied up with various fashion designers, upcoming fashion designers, settled fashion designers, those who did not have their own brand name. They used to supply their creations to Zara, and Zara launched their brand. Blinkit, Zepto for grocery, that's right. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is something that was done on a traditional system got changed. See, being budget friendly is not a 360-degree change. Okay, budget friendly is, it can be considered as a model for sustainability. I'm talking about highly disruptive models where the structure was changed and industry had to change itself. Industry had to make a note of it. जैसे that's why I did not give you example of Zomato and Swiggy. देखो पहले भी होम डिलीवरी तो था, रेस्टोरेंट वाले भेजते थे घर पे खाना. जोमेटो और स्विगी आने के बाद द ओनली एडिशनल एडवांटेज इज जो दूर वाले जो रेस्टोरेंट्स थे उनसे भी तुम लोग अब मंगा सकते हो. यू हैव टू पे 60 रुपीज एज अ चार्ज. बस दैट इज द ओनली एडवांटेज. सो बेसिकली दैट इज अगेन can be called as a sustainability model. But I'm talking about hyper disruptive business model where industry changed completely. In fact, introduction of foreign banks can also be considered as highly disruptive model for us, because every bank had to change, every uh, brand, banking brand, NBFC brand had to change, except SBI. SBI में कोई change नहीं. But Bank of Baroda had you can see a tremendous development. Bank of Baroda working style. You can see a different working condition in some of the branches of Bank of India. Okay, but then I'm talking about hyper disruptive business models which change the industry 360 degrees. I'll give you simple examples now. Now let us discuss the main part here. Different business models. The free model. फ्री मॉडल बोलने के बाद सबसे पहले दिमाग में जियो आता है. सबसे पहले दिमाग में जियो आता है. People were using internet earlier. Now internet has started using people just because it was free. And trust me, मुकेश भाई को सबसे ज्यादा दुआएं कोविड में मिली, जब लोगों के पास कोई काम नहीं था. दुनिया भर के वेब सीरीज लोगों ने देख ली है, दुनिया भर के यूट्यूबर्स ने अपना करियर बना लिया, दुनिया भर के इन्फ्लुएंसर्स ने अपने करियर बना लिए. सो बेसिकली Jio was launched as a free service. Later on, they started charging for it, but it was launched as a free service. You're using several softwares. You can simply download and use it, like VStudio and all that. Of course, you will not get complete all functions. Tally, you can download, you can work, but not all functions will be given to you. Spotify का अभी हालत देखा है क्या है? You can't even change the song. I mean, you cannot rewind, you cannot forward, you can't do anything, you cannot drag. आपको समझ रहे हैं? So they have changed it. पहले दिया free, आदत लगा दी. अब 99% of the youth is using Spotify, and suddenly it has become chargeable. But then they introduce the free model, give the best to the customer. Of course, for premium customers, they will withhold some of the great features. Correct? You have Facebook, Instagram. It's free. It's absolutely free. But then if you want several features, you'll have to pay for it. Like blue tick, you have to pay for it. So some portion will be reserved for premium customers. The rest everything will be given free of cost. जैसे तुम लोग का वीडियो कटर के एडिटिंग के जितने भी सॉफ्टवेयर्स आते हैं, काफी सारे सॉफ्टवेयर्स अवेलेबल है इंटरनेट पे. वीडियो कटर या फोटोशॉप वाले काफी सारे ऑप्शंस है, बट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू एक्सेस. देन राइटिंग में ड्रॉबोर्ड है, which you can download, we can use, but not all functions can be used because it is all premium functions will be reserved for those customers who pay. Yeah, see, Jio Savan, that's what I'm saying. No, Spotify से लोग Jio Savan पे जा रहे हैं. Savan पे एक जमाने में कोई देख नहीं रहा था, सुन नहीं रहा था. Suddenly it got a weightage. Wink, which has a tie-up with Airtel, they also got their customer back. अगर तुम लोग सॉन्ग का लाइब्रेरी देखोगे तो nothing can beat Spotify and Savan. Wing के पास उतना नहीं है, but still people shifted. Reason? They don't want to pay. So basically people are interested in free things. Now, how does it work? First of all, these are your partners. These are your areas where you can actually use them. Then you have key activities, platform and development, data center management. So there will be one entity which will be keeping the track record of the entire data. All things, everything will be managed. The moment your subscription ends, you get a message, your subscription is about to end, you recharge it or whatever. Then if you talk about cost structure, then this is what you're supposed to be focused on. One is research and development. Keep on doing something new, keep on offering something new to the customer. Even if it is a freebies, offer something. Of course, as I said, premium features will always be reserved for those who pay. But basic structure तो सबको मिल ही रहे, editing softwares में, Photoshop में, या related video cutting softwares and all that. You still get free of cost. YouTube downloader. फिर ये कमाते कैसे? Yes, for logo removal, it's premium. Correct. So, ये लोग कमाते हैं एड से, एडवर्टीजमेंट से कमाएंगे. नाउ सी डिज्नी हॉटस्टार पे इफ यू हैव ऑलरेडी इवन इफ यू हैव अ सब्सक्रिप्शन, स्टिल वेब सीरीज के एक एपिसोड में कम से कम 2 से 3 ऐड रहते ही है, दो एक मिनट के. There are certain games like WC3 or what a real player and all that. उसमें तो कॉइन बेस्ड गेम है. अगर कॉइन नहीं खरीदना है तुम लोग को तो वीडियो देखो, ऐड देखोगे तो 300 कॉइन मिल जाते हैं, 200 कॉइन मिल जाते हैं. फॉर दैट यू हैव टू स्पेंड 3 minutes on ads. So basically you generate revenue from ads. Who is the ultimate customer? Internet users, advertiser, marketers, those who want to advertise, for them also it is equally important. Customer relationship, same side and cross-side network effect. This I'll discuss later, cross-side and all that. Now, what are the channels? Website, mobile app, Facebook ads. Basically, they are focusing only on Facebook, but I'm giving you other examples also. So what is the use? Connect with your friends, discover, learn, express, reach, social content, digital payment. आ गया ना WhatsApp ultimately. WhatsApp payment आ गया. Zomato payment आ गया. So it is a disruption of the entire market. Now, the next part of this is advertising. Advertising is basically considered as your hidden revenue model. You attract more and more users so that there will be an audience for advertising messages. Like YouTube में भी monetization start करने के लिए there is a restriction on number of views on your channel. There is a condition of number of followers on the channel. So Google is free, but it makes most money through Google ads. That is, see, it charges businesses to reach the target audience. Businesses have to pay for these ads they put up on the platform. Now, JKC has a channel, right? JKC has a YouTube channel. We generally post all CA related, CS related, CMA related, all subject related articles there. We don't have a culinary skill participation on that. मास्टर शेफ वाला कोई कांड नहीं करते कि भाई आज मयूरेश बटाटे का सब्जी बनाने सिखाएगा वगैरह, ऐसा सब कुछ नहीं होता. So it's purely CA एग्जाम ओरिएंटेड. RTP आया डाल दिया, MTP आया डाल दिया, कुछ नया अमेंडमेंट आया DT IDT में डाल दिया by respective faculties. Now for you it is free of cost. For us, it is a revenue generating activity. Yes, monetization होता होगा. But we have still seen JKSC के RTP वीडियो में किसी और कोचिंग क्लास का ऐड है. It is their business model. और क्या करते हैं, जैसे मुझे, suppose I am newcomer in the market, but I have a lot of I have angel investor and I have deep pockets. Then what I can do is I can pay YouTube for showing my ad in the videos of bigger coaching organization, जैसे जेके शाह क्लासेस हुआ, जैसे एलन हुआ, जैसे फिजिक्स वाला हुआ. तो इफ आई एम अ साइंस क्लास ओनर, फिजिक्स वाला के वीडियो पे डाल दिया. Of course, they have a right to restrict and all that, but then I will always target my audience. Companies do not have to ask users to pay for their products and service, therefore customer base is large and wider. फ्री में मिले तो घासलेट भी पेले, वैसा है अपने देश में. तो जितना फ्री बांटोगे उतना फ्री बटेगा. The moment you start charging them, जैसे Spotify का रेटिंग 4.1 से सीधा 1.3 पे आ गया. That's what I've heard somewhere. Reason is this. Now, what is cross subsidization? Cross subsidization means it's variation in pricing, It is variation in pricing for two different set of customers. Validation in pricing for two different set of customers. I can give you a few examples here. Airlines. देखो, like if I take example of Indigo or Go Air, Go First, तो बद्दी हो गया, but still they don't have business class as such. Okay, so what they do is, once the economy seats are filled up, they may offer some discount. Yeah, Ayush, that is right. तो जैसे इकोनॉमी का सीट भर जाता है, they have generated enough revenue, and then they start giving discounts for premium seats. मतलब अगर फ्लाइट फुल है और अगर सीट नंबर 1 जिसके लिए 899 चार्ज करता है इंडिगो, अगर वो नहीं बिका, तो हो सकता है कि तुम लोग को 399 में भी मिल जाए, बिकॉज दे हैव जनरेटेड इनफ रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम इकोनॉमी सीट्स. पहले क्या होता था, व्हेन द प्राइस वॉर स्टार्टेड, इट वाज स्टार्टेड बाय कैप्टन गोपीचंद, कैप्टन गोपीनाथ और समथिंग. एयर डेक्कन करके एक फ्लाइट, एक सर्विस था, which was later on taken over by Vijay Mallya, Kingfisher. Air Deccan used to charge 800 rupees from Mumbai to Goa. Mumbai to Delhi, 1,200, 1,500. What they used to do is, if your flight has, say, 180 seats, 60 seats were at a dirt cheap rate, 2,500. And once this gets filled, next 40 will have 20% increment, 30% increment. That is also gone. Another 40 will have another hike of 20%, 30%. So ideally 140 seats gone. Balance 40 seats. Chalo, usme se bhi 20 seats. Another 20%, right? And balance 20 were sold at an exorbitant rate. That was basically for those who travel on an urgent basis. So that's how they recover the cost. So एक फ्लाइट में अगर आप जा रहे हो, मैं जा रहा हूँ, आपने लास्ट मोमेंट पे बुक किया है, मैंने 3 महीने पहले बुक किया है, तो हो सकता है कि मेरे लिए 2000 हो, आपने यू मस्ट हैव पेड 15,000 फॉर द फ्लाइट. Like India Pakistan match, 15th of October, morning flight rate was 35,000, 8 days back, 8 days in advance when I saw that, 33,000 something. India New Zealand match, Dharamshala. Suddenly I got the timetable and I was having a holiday. I was getting a ticket for 10,000 rupees. India New Zealand World Cup match, Dharamshala, 10,000 rupees. I simply checked the ticket charges. It was 35,000. घर पे बैठ के मैच देखूंगा मैं आराम से एसी में बैठ के. So basically, you give discount to one category and take that benefit from the other one. This can be done even in case of power sector. This can be done even from power sector. Or you can say food grains industry. If food grain manufacturers are supposed to give some part of their produce, some part of their production to the government, which government later on sells it to poor people, below poverty line people at a lower rate. मतलब अगर मैंने 1 करोड़ किलो शुगर मैन्युफैक्चर की, तो 1 करोड़ में से 20 lakh kgs will be taken over by government, which will be sold to the below poverty line people. वो रेशन पे मिलता है वो. And then balance 80 crores will be sent to the market. Balance 80 lakhs will be sent to the market. This will be sold to the main customer at a higher price. So company gets its profit on 1 crore kgs. So one set of customers get a discounted price, another set of customers will pay for it. I have a 5-star hotel as a client in Ahmedabad. They sold each room at 60,000 per night. They usually charge 5,000. Arey, forget about hotels. Ayush, people have booked hospital beds for India-Pakistan match in Ahmedabad. So if every industry got benefited because of that. Yeah. So food grains, power, you take from the manufacturers at a cheaper rate for a particular section in the society. Balance production of yours, you can sell in the open market at whichever price you want. अभी अडानी ने बढ़ा ही दिया ना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का चार्जेस. शुगर कौन सी सस्ती है, दाल कौन सी सस्ती है. So if they are taking that money from us, yes, Sonal, they can. We can also charge same rate to everyone, but that happens only on paper in socialism. Practically, it doesn't happen that way. Practically, it doesn't happen that way. So, power industry, food grains industry, or I would say healthcare industry, for certain group of people, medication is at a cheaper rate. For some people, it is at a premium rate. It can happen. So that is cross subsidization. One set of customer pays more so that another set of customer has to pay less. See, printers are sold cheaply to build demand for high margin printer. The Kindle reader is another example where the cost is less. But for the reader, it is. But the reader is expensive. Books तो सस्ता है ना यार तुम लोग को. But reader is expensive. तो बुक खरीदोगे. देखो मैं 1000 कॉपीज निकालता हूँ मेरे बुक के. 1000 कॉपीज मैंने निकाल दिए. 1000 कॉपीज में से मैं 1000 कॉपीज मार्केट में उतार रहा हूँ at rupees 399, and the same soft copy is available on Kindle for 99 rupees. Now those who are not comfortable with Kindle, they will have to pay me 399. Others will grab the opportunity from the Kindle at 99. Samjha? This is cross subsidization. Then we have open source, free access. Free access मतलब अभी तुम लोग जो विकिपीडिया यूज करते हो, Quora तो अभी चार्जेबल हो गया. Quora में सब कुछ डिटेल में नहीं आता अभी. Mozilla, you can say, see, they have given you these examples: Wikipedia, Mozilla, open source, Microsoft Office, Gmail, ChatGPT. Correct. All these are all example of open source. No incremental service cost for each added user, even little or no customer acquisition cost involved. Hence, the product is free to everyone. It becomes easier to create a community of users who can improve the technology, who can improve on the technology. Yes, WhatsApp can also be called as open source. We are not paying for it. Hidden revenue model is something where you generate revenue out of it. जैसे YouTube हुआ, जैसे Facebook हुआ, जैसे आपका Meta हुआ, Instagram. And open source can also be the same thing, but in open source में cross subsidization is possible. Some premium features can be given, no? Some premium features can be given. Those who are interested in those premium feature can go for the better version of it. But in both the cases, Hidden revenue is any which way generated. If you don't want ad, you pay for it. Okay, so you pay for it. So they are not earning from ads now. They're earning from your subscription. Khushi, is this clear? Yeah. Another important task is promotion. Low cost product is provided in exchange of purchase of another product. साबुन ले लो, एक लूफा फ्री मिल जाएगा. टेक शॉवर जेल, उसके साथ एक लूफा फ्री मिल जाएगा. यू बाय मॉइस्चराइजर, उसके साथ कुछ ना कुछ फ्री है. सो द चीपर प्रोडक्ट विल बी गिवन एज अ फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. जैसे ये तुम लोग कभी कभी बाय वन गेट 3 होता है ना. बाय वन गेट 3. सो आइडियली यू कैन हैव 4. तो उसका प्राइसिंग ऐसा होता है, जो सबसे सस्ता होता है ना, दैट इज गिवन एज अ फ्री. So that is what it's promotion. Low cost product or service is provided in exchange for the purchase of another product or services. Jewelry shop में गए हो कभी? They will never give you discount on gold. They will always give you discount on making charges because they spend nothing on making charges. I hope you are aware of how the model works. There are 50 artists or technicians or labor working in the back office in the factory of a jewelry shop. All are paid on the basis of monthly salary plus probably bonus plus maybe overtime. That's fine. They are not paid on the basis of every ornament manufactured by them, but you will be charged labor charges on every ornament made by them. So if you are buying an ornament of 1 lakh, you ask for a discount. They say, देखो sir, they have a breakup of the entire gold का price इतना, diamond का price इतना, इतना GST, इतना ये, इतना फलाना, इतना टिकाना, ये सब ऐड करने के बाद they will add making charges so much. Making charges are suppose 2000. आपने बोला सर डिस्काउंट दे दो. चलो एक काम करो, मेकिंग चार्जेस 100 दे दो, 99,000 में ले लो. अरे क्या साहब, मेकिंग चार्जेस लगा रहे हो लाख. ओके चलो ठीक है, 99 98,500 में ले लो, 1,500 डिस्काउंट, 2,000 के बदले 500 रुपए चार्ज करते हैं. दे आर चार्जिंग, दे आर वेविंग 1,500. नो, yeah, but I mean they are waiving to 1,500, but they are not incurring 500 any which way. 500 रुपए तो अभी भी वो फ्री में ही कमा रहा है, because salary will be any which way paid to these people as a fixed cost. Whether you buy the ornament, whether you don't buy the ornament, salary will be any which way paid to them. So this is an incremental revenue that is generated without incurring a single cost. समझ रहे हो? इसीलिए डिस्काउंट मेकिंग चार्जेस पे मिलता है. दिवाली का सीजन है, कहीं भी जाके चेक कर लेना. डिस्काउंट तुम लोग को मेकिंग चार्जेस पे मिलेगा, गोल्ड के प्राइस पे नहीं. सब्सक्रिप्शन मॉडल. नाउ सब्सक्रिप्शन मॉडल का बिगेस्ट एग्जांपल इज नेटफ्लिक्स. एक प्राइम वीडियो 1 महीना फ्री ज्वाइन कर लो. 1 महीना फ्री ज्वाइन करने के लिए तुम लोग को आज क्रेडिट कार्ड का डिटेल्स देना ही पड़ेगा. क्रेडिट कार्ड, डेबिट कार्ड, कुछ ना कुछ डिटेल्स देना पड़ेगा, so that automatically if you don't say anything, after 1 month automatically it will be, the subscription will be renewed, and that means it subscription, the charge 499 per annum, 399 per annum will be charged to you on your credit card. So initially though it is free of cost, but then they will charge you. See, the company takes service that customer could have easily accessed in the past and locks it in. As a result, one way for the customer to gain access is to pay the subscription fee. Some of the products are sold on monthly basis, generating recurring and sustainable revenue for the company. I gave you example of Netflix and this Prime Video. Freemium. See the example, we just discussed it. Freemium is what? Users will pay for the basic service with their data rather than money. Data means your information. कोई भी वेबसाइट खोलो, तुम लोग सिर्फ एक काम करो, किया के वेबसाइट पे जाओ, एमजी के वेबसाइट पे जाओ, किसी कार का इंक्वायरी करो, हरामखोर लोग सबसे पहले पूछते हैं नाम क्या है, मोबाइल नंबर क्या है, ईमेल आईडी क्या है। अब तेरे को करना क्या है, मेरे को गाड़ी के डिटेल्स चाहिए, खरीदना नहीं है, चुपचाप इंफॉर्मेशन दिखा, वो लोग नहीं दिखाएंगे। हाँ, तुम लोग वीडियो में इधर उधर से यूट्यूब पे झोल झपाटे करके देख लेते हो, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट इशू। मैं तो रास्ते में खड़ा रह के कोई खड़ा हूं और बाजू में किसी का एमजी है तो मैं पूछ लूंगा, अरे भाई फीचर्स दिखाना जरा, कैसा है गाड़ी, अच्छा है ये वो, बोल बोल के थोड़ा सा बोल बच्चन दे के उसके साथ बैठ जाने का गाड़ी में, अरे अच्छा है गाड़ी यार सर, गुड डिसीजन सर, भर के बाहर निकलने का, 10 मिनट में गाड़ी देख के हो गया तुम लोग। बट ऐसा हर बार तो नहीं होगा ना। अभी अचानक घर पे बैठे और रात को 12 बजे अचानक से बीवी पीछे पड़ गई, गाड़ी लेते बच्चा दिमाग खाने लगा, गाड़ी लेते, तो मैं कहाँ पे गाड़ी ढूंढने निकलूंगा नीचे, तो आई हैव टू यूज द वेब ओनली, इंटरनेट ओनली। यूट्यूब पे मिलता है, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट इशू। दैट इज वाई यूट्यूबर्स आर सर्वाइविंग, दैट इज वाई यूट्यूबर्स आर सर्वाइविंग। मेरे को नहीं देने का है डेटा, फिर एक बार डेटा दिया ना तो फोन आता है, तुम लोग ये 99 एकर्स पे वगैरह, मैजिक ब्रिक्स पे वगैरह जाओ, फ्लैट देखना है, गलती से क्लिक कर दिया, वो आएगा पॉपअप, नेम, एड्रेस, एड्रेस नहीं पूछते बट नेम, ईमेल आईडी, फोन नंबर, इतना ही चाहिए उनको। कभी कभी तो बेशरम इतने के फोन नंबर भी नहीं मांगते, ईमेल पे ही परेशान कर देते। दे नीड, या इंश्योरेंस वेबसाइट, करेक्ट। मैं तो नहीं जाता इंश्योरेंस वेबसाइट पे क्योंकि अपना तो सब सेट है, एजेंट से बात करके काम हो जाता है मेरा। बट कार के लिए नौकरी, हाँ एग्जैक्टली, आई वाज अबाउट टू से दैट, करियर वेबसाइट्स या करिकुलम, कोई कोर्स है, दे विल नॉट डायरेक्टली गिव यू द इंफॉर्मेशन कि ले पढ़ ले, दे विल आस्क योर डेटा। डेटा लेने के बाद अगर आप वो कोर्स अभी करते नहीं भी करते हो ना, तो भी हर 2 महीने के बाद उनका अपडेट आ जाएगा, वी हैव लॉन्च दिस कोर्स, दिस इज प्रीमियम कोर्स, दिस दैट। उस पर भी रिस्पॉन्स नहीं दोगे तो भी उनको फर्क नहीं पड़ता, 2 महीने बाद और किसी नए कोर्स का आ जाएगा। ऑल दे नीड इज योर डेटा। और डेटा सेल करके कितना पैसा मिलता है ये तो तुम लोग जानते ही हो। आज बिजनेस में सक्सेसफुल वही है जिसके पास डेटा है। People have used it unethically also. People have used it ethically also. जैसे बेंचमार्किंग हम लोग ने डिस्कस किया था ना प्रीवियस चैप्टर्स में, मॉडर्न बिजनेस में बेंचमार्किंग। You consider one of the best companies for benchmarking, they will pass on their information to you, you will have to pass on your information to them. That is what data exchange only. Disruptive business model का pillar is digital platform. You take example of Amazon, Uber. Second last line, कौन सा second last line? In freemium. Okay, it lowers customer acquisition cost. You're not spending anything on getting customers information. Customers are not compelled to try out the freemium product. देखो तुम लोग का डेटा पूछा, you are ignoring it. They are fine with it. They will not give you information. Concept inside you want, Khushi? Or illustration? Okay. This model will only work for products where the marginal cost of additional units and distribution is less than the cost of, okay. Marginal cost means variable cost. Marginal cost is variable cost, right? Now, whenever you produce anything additionally, the only cost that gets incurred is marginal cost. Am I right? Khushi? The moment you produce anything additionally, the only additional cost you incur is variable cost. Now, if my variable cost is less than the benefit that I'm getting from the customer, I will do that. I will skip that variable cost. That is what I said when I was giving you example of jewelry. I am paying my karigar 50,000 rupees per month, plus Diwali bonus of 50,000. So ideally, I'm paying each person 6,50,000 rupees every year. There are 10 karigars working with me. 65 lakhs is a fixed cost for me. Whether I sell ornament, whether I don't sell ornament, I'm going to pay 65 lakhs to them. I'm charging 1,000 rupees, 1,500, 3,500, 5,000, depends on the quality of ornament, depends on the price of the ornament that you are buying. And then I realized, no, you are interested in buying a diamond set from me, which has a selling price of 5.6 lakhs. Making charges 16,000. भाड़ में गया making charges. मैडम 5,60,000 नहीं चाहिए, आप 16,000 का पूरा मेकिंग चार्ज का डिस्काउंट आपको देता हूं. यू पे मी 5,44,000. मैडम खुश? मैं तो वैसे भी खुश हूं क्योंकि मेरा खर्चा तो हो ही नहीं रहा है. So is there any additional cost incurred? No. So if there is no variable cost, I don't mind giving you discount. Yeah. ये सारी चीजें अपने आजू बाजू की है, बट हम लोग को पता नहीं था इनको कहते क्या है. That's it. We are not studying anything new. All my examples are giving you a complete information, you can visualize the scenario around you. You can understand the concept. In fact, आज के बाद तुम लोग को कोई बोलेगा तो तुम लोग को स्ट्राइक होगा. अरे हाँ, ये डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म है. अरे हाँ, ये फ्रीबीज है. अरे हाँ, ये डिसरप्टिव मॉडल है. That is how you understand. That is how you study the subject. So, digital platform model, e-commerce model, they work on some strategies. One is business to business strategies. Business to business strategies means transactions between a manufacturer and a wholesaler, or a wholesaler and retailer. So basically it is about the main customer is not involved. The retail customer is not involved. Business to customer. Examples are very clear. Flipkart, Zomato, Amazon, direct nexus with the customer. अच्छा, कस्टमर टू कस्टमर कैसे हो सकता है? OLX, क्विकर. एक और एग्जांपल मैं दे सकता हूं, मैजिक ब्रिक्स, 99 एकर्स मेरा प्रॉपर्टी है. मैंने मैजिक ब्रिक पे 99 एकर्स पे डाल दिया. आप गो थ्रू कर रहे हो, आपको मिला, यू कॉन्टैक्ट मी, द डील इज डन. सो कस्टमर टू कस्टमर भी हो सकता है. कस्टमर टू बिजनेस, I need a job. I am registered under Naukri.com. You approach Naukri.com for the candidates. HR consultancies basically work on this model. So business to business, business to customer, customer to customer, and customer to business. Have a glance on this quickly and let me know if you have any doubt. Okay. Naukri.com allows potential candidates to get their jobs. So it can't be called. No, no, no. You go to Naukri.com. You are in need of something. So you are a customer. That's how they are portraying it. शादी.com भी बोल सकते हो तुम लोग. आजकल शादी.com का कुछ अलग ही चल रहा है, but you can. Shaadi.com is more of a dating site. That's what I've heard these days. मतलब जिन लोगों को टिंडर पे जाके इमेज खराब नहीं करनी है, वो लोग शादी.com पे रजिस्टर करते हैं. ऐसा कुछ सुना है मैंने. आई डोंट नो द फैक्ट्स, बट अल्टीमेटली इट इज सेम थिंग. You are in need of something and you approach. There is someone who needs you. If they like your profile, I'm talking about Naukri.com and Shaadi.com, of course. So they will approach you. So it is customer to customer हो सकता है. Yes, possible. Tinder is also customer to customer. It's not customer to business. You don't get recruited anywhere generally. So next important part is hypermarket model. Hypermarket model is buying wholesale at a lower price, sell it at reasonably lesser market price so that you can have a competitive. Yes, DMart can be considered. DMart, Amazon and Reliance, they have already said. I can give you one more example. Vijay Sales. I don't know whether you are aware of it or not. Vijay Sales is again a chain. They buy products in dirt cheap price directly from the manufacturer and they sell it at MRP, and they have VSP, Vijay Sales Price, which is lesser than the MRP. फायर क्रैकर्स ले लो यार, तुम लोग अभी लाइव ताजा एग्जांपल लेता हूं, तुम लोग को दिवाली जस्ट हो चुका है. फायर क्रैकर्स कौन खरीदता है एमआरपी पे? फायर क्रैकर्स कब एमआरपी पे खरीदते हो तो यू नीड ट्रिमेंडस सेल्फ इवैल्यूएशन. फायर क्रैकर्स एमआरपी पे कोई नहीं खरीदता. देयर इज ऑलवेज अ डिस्काउंट. And if you buy in bulk, there will be another trade discount given to you. Because they buy in bulk. They buy in bulk. And they sell it to individual customers. So they generally get it in 30% of MRP. They sell it at 50 to 80% of MRP. Still they are getting profit out of it. So that is your hypermarket model. Just have a glance on it. Done. No, Khushi. Jio is a freebies. Because of that freebie model, Jio got entry in the market. And now everyone is having a competitive price. Okay. Now, access over ownership model. Simple example is Uber, Airbnb. Airbnb can be the example. You can use premises. The flat or the villa is owned by someone else. You can use it for 3 days, 4 days, pay for it and get lost. Uber, I don't need a car. I book Uber. जितना टाइम मैं कार यूज कर रहा हूं, आई एम द ओनर ऑफ द कार. द ड्राइवर कैन नॉट टेल मी इधर नहीं जाने का, उधर नहीं जाने का. मैंने पूरा उबर रेंटल अगर मैंने ले लिया तो 8 घंटे का पैसा चार्ज करेगा वो. एंड आफ्टर दैट फॉर एवरी either they will charge me on the basis of hourly rate or they will charge me on the basis of additional kilometer. It's fine. But I'm the owner of the car for the day. I know so many people who are not buying the car. Why to invest 15, 20 lakhs in a car? Use Uber as and when it is required. Why to buy a car? Why to block 15, 20 lakhs in a depreciable asset? Spend on maintenance. We don't need that. और ऊपर से खुद ड्राइव करो. Not needed. अच्छा, खुद ड्राइव करने का खुजली है तो क्या ऑप्शन है बोलो? यस, जूम कार। और भी दो तीन है आजकल। या रेव। करेक्ट। कार हायर कर लिया उस दिन के लिए मैं ओनर उस गाड़ी का। असली ओनर कौन है मेरे को लेना देना नहीं है। एक्सेस ओवर ओनरशिप मॉडल, रीड दैट। मैंने एग्जांपल्स दिए फॉर योर बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, बट लिख लो अभी, वापस एक बार पढ़ लो, एंड देन गो थ्रू द नेक्स्ट टू ऑल्सो। सर्विस इकोसिस्टम मॉडल एंड एक्सपीरियंस मॉडल, क्विकली। आई एम मेकिंग यू रीड दिस बिकॉज आई वॉन्ट यू टू बी अलर्ट। एक रिवीजन हो जाती है। आई होप यू गाइस आर कंफर्टेबल विद दिस माई बिजनेस मॉडल। हाँ, गुड। मयूरेश मॉडल इट इज। पढ़ लो। For hypermarket model, how does lower cost model help Amazon? Because it buys itself, does not sell anything. No, but they have their own initial cost structure, no? Administration and all. Not here, but in US, they have their own shops. Here also, they have their warehouses. So the cost is incurred. Like you don't have physical shop in India. So it's a click model online. DMart, brick model. See, now DMart have also started with online. DMart has also started with online. You can book your order. It will be sent to your nearby DMart storage. You have to collect it from there. So still you have to go there. But Reliance Retail is implementing both. Reliance Retails is implementing both. You can go to Reliance Retail and buy things, or they will distribute also online. That is what they are saying. Chalo. Now, I'll just briefly explain this service ecosystem. Service ecosystem means your products are launched in such a manner that slowly, steadily, you are capturing the entire ecosystem. That means Apple, phone Apple ka, iPad, AirPods, writing pen, MacBook. It's an ecosystem. Samsung, phone, TV, washing machine, earplugs, tab, headphones, कुछ भी हो सकता है. So basically, when you do that, yeah, that's what. So when you do that, you're actually avoiding the competition. क्योंकि मेरे पास सैमसंग का फोन है, मेरे पास सैमसंग का टीवी है, तो मैं आईपॉड क्यों खरीदूंगा एप्पल का? I would prefer buying Samsung only, no? So connectivity will be faster, better. अब जैसे जो लोग एप्पल यूज करते हैं, उनके पास अगर आईफोन है, तो they would prefer going for MacBook, and if not MacBook, they would prefer going for iPad rather than going for Samsung tab. समझा अजय? यस, हो सकता है खुशी. अजय समझा रे बेटा? Experience model. Experience model means you will be offering unique, stylish, and new innovative products. Who can afford to pay for them? See, the company must continually improve existing product and introduce new products. Like they have given you example of luxury spa facility as a part of stay at hotel. Complimentary breakfast can also be called as experience model. Then they have given you example of Rolls-Royce. I don't know whether we have discussed this or not, but Rolls-Royce, first of all, it is not available as a walk-in customer. You'll have to place your profile. Now, probably because of competition, I don't know whether they have started. But earlier it was a model like this. You will have to send your resume to them. They will select. They will evaluate. Yeah, I have discussed this. Yeah. So you will have to, they will evaluate whether you are capable of, you're worthy enough of buying their product or not. And if yes, they will send their tickets. Business class, accommodation, food, everything is on them, and they will customize your car. So it's not like you are buying Toyota High Cross, 6 different colors are available. Gold, तो सिर्फ गोल्ड, ब्लू तो सिर्फ ब्लू. इसमें ऐसा नहीं है. उसको बोला मेरे को ब्लू और गोल्डन का मिक्सचर चाहिए सिर्फ आधे पार्ट के लिए, आधा पार्ट मेरा येलो और पिंक चाहिए, तो वो भी बना के दे देंगे. उनको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. यू आर एस्टीम कस्टमर फॉर देम. दैट्स व्हाट आई सेड. With dozens of colors choose from, 44,000 color combinations are possible. Yeah, driving skill of the buyer. More than driving skills, they basically see whether it will be driven by the chauffeur or it will be driven by the owner himself. There are so many different. I know a person who is, I cannot take the name here on air, but then I know a person who was worth nearly 5,000, 6,000 crores, but he was denied by Rolls-Royce, saying that there is no legitimate source of this income. Even though the source at that point of time was legitimate, but the origin of the wealth was not legitimate. आपको समझा मैंने क्या बोला? बंदे ने जब अप्लाई किया सारे लीगल सोर्सेस थे, बट ये जो ओरिजिन था, that doesn't match with the profile that didn't match with the profile of the person. Like Mukesh Ambani can easily get a Rolls Royce. Amitabh Bachchan has a Rolls Royce, but this fellow did not have the legitimate source of income. No, no, no. काफी फेमस पर्सनालिटी है, नॉट फ्रॉम द बॉलीवुड एट ऑल, but hey, anyways, we are understanding the concept. We are not interested in knowing the names, at least as far as these things are concerned. It will be unfair, unethical on my part to give you the name. You should just need to know the concept. Now they have given you example of CCD also. So basically it is explore, express, and create the scenario. Like you go to so many, there are so many resorts in Igatpuri, Karzat, near Lonavala, near Khopoli, near Panvel. There are so many resorts. Alibag, they give you these facilities. Spa. Some are chargeable, some are not. But then they will give you complimentary access to bar. 3 drinks will be complimentary. After that, it will be chargeable. Basically, you experience, get acquainted with our services and the product. And then that's how you can capture the customer. On-demand model. On-demand is what? Uber and Blinkit. You ask for it, we'll be available. हम लोग सामने से नहीं आएंगे, पॉपअप नहीं आता यूट्यूब का, कार चाहिए क्या, कार चाहिए, कैब चाहिए, कैब चाहिए, किधर तो जाओ ना, थोड़ा सा जाओ ना, कैब चाहिए. You won't get the pop-up message. क्रेडिट कार्ड वाले जैसे पीछे पड़ते हैं, रियल एस्टेट वाले पीछे पड़ते हैं, वैसा ओला उबर पीछे नहीं पड़ता. ब्लिंकिट पूछता है क्या? नहीं. पर काफी सारे चैनल, काफी सारे, वी हैवंट सीन यू सिंस लास्ट, जोमेटो आता है ना मैसेज, यू हैवंट ऑर्डर सिंस लास्ट सो मेनी डेज. अरे नहीं करने का है ऑर्डर, चातुर्मास चल रहा है मेरा, नहीं खाता हूं बाहर का. बट दे विल पॉप अप द मैसेज. दैट इज डिफरेंट. ऑन डिमांड मॉडल मीन्स वेन एवर यू वॉन्ट, you ask for it, we'll deliver. Uber, Blinkit. Simple examples. So that was about disruptive models. एक बार जरा glance कर लो फटाक से, so that we can start with the second part. Yes, Pratyush, that is right. Okay, bachcha log, let's move ahead. This was about disruptive strategy. Now we are going towards sustainability. See, it is important for every business to be sustainable apart from being profitable. Hence, the business model adopted must be sustainable one. Sustainable means you will have to take care of three major things. One is social requirements, environmental requirements, and of course, economic requirements. So far, we were focusing on economic requirements only, which is known as profit. But even environmental and social causes are also important. They're also to be understood. Like, see, what is a value creation for any business? Value creation for any business is giving benefit to the stakeholders. Stakeholders does not mean shareholders. Stakeholders means suppliers, financiers, employees, distributors, customer, society, everyone. Everyone. Logistic partner is what? Logistic partners means revenue logistics and partners for positive impact is what? Ultimately, it is all humans involved in the business, in the supply chain. Now, how do we go about it? How do we implement it? Processes and developments, and then the technology of a systematic or systemic point of view. You create a system whereby you will be taking care of ethics and other practices also. Like, some people do not trade in cash; they trade in white only. You people, you do whatever you want. You just pay directly through Google Pay. Okay, but we don't accept cash. Whatever tax is applicable, we'll pay that tax. So, key resources and capabilities. Naturally, material. If your supplier is in the discussion, that we have to talk about material, humans, financial network, financial, then network infrastructure, brand image, and etc. Why do we do this? What is a requirement? What is a goal? One goal is profit. Second goal is people, and the third goal is planet. Planet, when we talk about it, is environment. People, when we talk about it, is social, and profit, when we talk about it, is financial. So this is financial, this is environmental, and this is social. How will you achieve it? You need to allocate, you need to distribute customer segment wise, because every customer segment, every customer will have a different need, every customer will have a different requirement. So you do the allocation on the basis of, the customer goals, the customer requirement. That is segmentation of customers. Then relationship between the customer and the company. Not only wishing them on their birthdays, but giving them best after sales service, like what Maruti does. These days, they have started sending you servicing messages also. Your service is due on so and so date. They have sending you messages when your insurance is about to expire. How do we do this? There are two aspects. One is revenue stream and the other one is cost structure. Minimization of cost and maximization of revenue can be used to achieve these things, achieve these goals. What are the different approaches involved in developing sustainable business model? Like the first one is product service system, where your customer pays for the service provided by the product rather than purchasing the product itself. जैसे product related services, advice and consultancy, they like when there is when you go take your vehicle for servicing, it's a free counseling, it's free advice. The mechanic will only tell you this part needs to be replaced. That part you can still drive for 3,000, 4,000 kilometers, nothing will happen. You can still continue, but this part needs to be replaced. That is a free consultancy given to you. Of course, it can be misused. But since we are studying the genuine base, I'm just talking about that. Then you have product lease, someone else's product, you are using it. So you need not bear the cost of the product. Renting and sharing, it's like lease only. Product pooling, जैसे ओला शेयर आया था, Uber share, Ola share. At a lesser price, the ride was available. Activity management and outsourcing. Activity management and outsourcing. I don't know whether you are aware of it. Ola Prime had introduced a screen in the car. It was for if you sit on the rear seat, left-hand side, there was a screen given. You can use it for, yeah. Now, airlines, international airlines, they have this inbuilt internet system and internet entertainment system. For domestic also, for some flights, they provide such service like Vistara, some flights of Air India. Earlier, it was a prominent feature of Kingfisher. Then you have pay-per service unit. You pay only for those units which you are buying, like Tata Play. You need not pay for all channels. You don't need all other channels. You don't pay for it. You pay for only selected bunch. Provision for functional results as suggested by Peter Drucker in 2004. That's your product service systems. Basically give maximum services to the customer. ये अलग बात है कि customer को वो भी कम पड़ जाएगा, but that's how you do it. Then the second approach is open innovation. When the company collaborates with other organizations and group of people or individual to generate and commercialize new ideas. The type of collaboration is especially suited for dealing in a complex interdependencies that characterize the transition to a more sustainable built environment. Like two companies come together and they develop a product. Now, Vodafone and Idea came together as a reason of competition from Jio. Bharti Airtel survived because of the strength. And now VI, Vodafone Idea, they are coming out with different various features. For some customers, they're offering online OTT platforms, subscriptions and all that. So basically, two people coming together. In fact, Toyota and Maruti exchanging cars under the name rebadged cars. The car is produced by one company, it is used by the other company, it is sold by other company under a different brand name. Baleno is Glanza. Grand Vitara is what? Something else. High Rider or something. Innova High Cross, which is manufactured by Toyota, is sold by Maruti also as Invicto. Now, if you open the door of Invicto, on the pillar itself, you can see the Six letters. You can see those six letters, Toyota. But there is a logo of Suzuki. So that is rebadging. Basically, two companies come together to avoid the competition, to share the technology. Then peer-to-peer invention, peer-to-peer innovation. Closed loop production. Okay, closed loop production means the material used to make the product are recycled throughout the manufacturing process. Throughout the manufacturing process means you're using some raw material for producing the product. You are using some raw material to produce the peer-to-peer innovation is what, again, two companies from the same industry coming together. The Toyota and Suzuki can be taken example for this also. See, open innovation can be diagonal. Like you are using technology of, like you have food supplied by Taj Sats to Air India. It's a cross, I would say it is a diagonal collaboration. One company of one industry is serving the other industry. Peer to peer can be your Toyota and Suzuki. That can be done. Crowdfunding is a niche innovation and generating funds from people. Generating funds from, of course, this is not allowed in India. Crowdfunding, if you talk about, it is like creating another source. Instead of shareholders, you are generating funds from outsiders. In some some European countries, it is accepted, but not in India. Sharing economy. Like India is working with Myanmar. India is working with Bhutan on certain trades. India is working with Taiwan for certain trades. India is working with Russia. Now, when Ukraine versus Russia war began, we were forced to stop buying oil and gas from Russia. We didn't do that. So that is what, sharing economy only. Social enterprises and benefit corporations. It's like companies having all big builders, big brand names have their own schools. Gunde, Cha, Hiranandani, Rustomjee, Oberoi, they have their own schools. So that is CSR. Gift economy makes us like voluntary donations, pay what you want. It is opposed to the commodification of resource and labor exchange through monetary transactions. It's like giving aid to some, like India giving aid to Sri Lanka. Yeah, or US funding Pakistan. Gift economy. The new manufacturing paradigm driven by new capabilities associated with additive manufacturing. Business model that claim to increase the production efficiency and enable rapid prototyping, thus allow the faster development and diffusion of new offerings and services. You can add one more example to this, ChatGPT. I know a few uh, event managers. I know a few social media management teams who have stopped hiring writers, content writers. They do have script writers, but they have stopped hiring content writers because content writers will cost them something. ChatGPT is free. What do you need? You need information about Veer Savarkar, you'll get that. You need information about money laundering, you'll get that. You want to write an essay on Mahatma Gandhi, you will get that. Mahatma Gandhi का तो वैसे भी कहीं पे भी मिल जाएगा, but if you want to write, if you're if 10 years old, 10 years old student needs some information about human trafficking, he will get that information. So the content, since it is available on at a click, it gives you a larger uh, data available at a cheaper price. So that saves your cost. That was your second part. It's about sustainability. And when you talk about sustainability, your goal is not only to earn profit, but your actual goal is people, social, planet, environmental, profit, economy. Economic factor, social factor, and your third one, environmental factor. Have a glance on that and let me if you need anything. Done. अरे ओपन सोर्स एंड हिडन रेवेन्यू कब का हो गया मेरे भाई? क्या कर रहा है? See, where your product and service is offered free of cost. You won't be get provided any support. विकिपीडिया पे जाओगे, कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ तो यू वोंट बी गिवन द सपोर्ट, बट हिडन रेवेन्यू मॉडल अगर होगा तो देयर विल बी अ सपोर्ट प्रोवाइडेड बाय द सिस्टम. मतलब मैं अगर ड्रॉबोट यूज करता हूँ, ड्रॉबोट में अगर मुझे कुछ प्रॉब्लम आया, मैंने बोल दिया, दे विल नॉट बी इवन रिफरिंग टू माय कंप्लेंट. अबे फ्री में यूज कर रहा है तो फ्री में यूज कर, दे वोंट बी गिविंग यू सपोर्ट. दैट इज ओपन सोर्स. बट इंस्टाग्राम करता है ना रिपोर्ट. मैंने अगर किसी पोस्ट को अगर ऑफेंड कर दिया, इफ आई गेट ऑफेंडेड बाय सम पोस्ट, मैंने डाल दिया, अब तो इट इज टेकन केयर ऑफ. तो उनको रेवेन्यू जनरेट हो ही रहा है. समझा प्रत्युष? चलो दर्शन दे दो भाई. यस. नाउ, models relevant emerging national market. National market means it is basically important for us to know what is emerging nations and emerging economies. See, emerging economy is regions of the world, areas of the world that are experiencing rapid informationalization under the conditions of limited or partial industrialization. Like you must have heard people saying that India is a market, India is a market, India is a market for investment, India is a market for business. Despite of everything, China cannot do anything to us. Despite of all these, US cannot do anything to us. That means we are emerging market. You must have heard of emerging mutual funds, emerging equity mutual funds. That means all your funds, major part of your funds will be invested in upcoming companies where you can see potential of growth. Are you getting me? So basically it is income is intermediate. Income is intermediate means, see, if you talk about European economy, major part of European economy is contributed by purchasing power of their customers. So which ranges between 10% and 70% of the revenue of European Union per capita income. Catching up growth. It has experienced brisk economic growth for at least the last decade, narrowing the income gap with the advanced economies. That is upcoming, emerging. Institutional transformations and economic opening. This is what we have been observing in India. निफ्टी किधर जा रहा है देखा, मार्केट कहाँ जा रहा है देखा. टू वॉर्स, रशिया यूक्रेन, इजराइल पैलेस्टाइन. रशिया यूक्रेन का एटलीस्ट एक वीक तक इम्पैक्ट था. इजराइल का फर्क भी नहीं पड़ा. एक थोड़ा सा डाउन गया, देन इट केम बैक, and now it is reaching new heights now. So emerging markets, why they are important? We are in an era of global consumption. Broccoli, kiwi, dragon fruit easily मिल जाता है. That is globalization only. That is globalization only. पहले ऐसा नहीं था. There were specific areas where these fruits were given, these fruits and vegetables were available. Now, the local sabzi wala bhi aajkal बेचने लगा है. So basically, you have great marketing opportunities. So business models for their operation in such emerging market must be customized according to general characteristics and specific traits of emerging markets and economies. See, कैसा होता है? If you are selling your product in some other country, or if some other country is selling product in your country, you're basically exposed to a different customer base. So if you are exposed to a different customer base, there has to be some product differentiation. There has to be some requirement, some customized change which fulfills the requirement of the other customer. Like for example, यहाँ से export होने वाला हापुस मैंगो देखा है कभी? ये size होती है. Banana, this size. Export quality बोल के, that is a premium quality that said. Why? Because you have to survive with the food or the vegetable or the fruit which is getting cultivated there. So you have to be at par with the other products. Whereas for in India was a dumping market for them for so many years, for so many decades. जो उधर नहीं चला वो इधर डाल देते थे. जैसे Italian cars, Fiat Peugeot, Punto, Linea, कहीं नहीं चला, इधर आके ठोक दिया. इधर नहीं चला ये अलग बात है, because Indian customer was having various other options. Finally, Fiat had to close everything close their operations in India. So in order to sell in India, which is considered to be a price sensitive market, they will have to cut down the cost substantially to make the product affordable. Mercedes बेचता है ना आज गाड़ी इंडिया में. 19-20 का difference नहीं होता. There is a huge difference in the car that you get in India and the huge difference that in a car that you get abroad. Like Suzuki selling Swift in India, Suzuki selling Swift in some other country, there will be a huge difference in features. By the way, WagonR is sold in India as WagonR. It is sold by some other name in Japan and Dubai, UAE. Same model. Of course, interior will be different to match with their standards. Similarly, here, when they introduce a product, they have to go for pricing because India is a price-sensitive market. So, price अगर कम रखनी है तो naturally they will have a complete command over the cost structure. रेनो तो फिर भी बेटर कर रहा है आयुष, बट उसके लॉजी करके लोगान तो फिर भी चला. टैक्सीज में, कमर्शियल व्हीकल्स में लोगान फिर भी चला, बट लॉजी करके एक अर्टिगा के टक्कर में लाया था गाड़ी उन लोगों ने, 8 सीटर, विच वाज अ गुड कार. बट प्राइसिंग में पिट गए और आफ्टर सेल्स में पिट गए वो लोग, सर्विसिंग में. Okay, every comparison of the pricing of global edition and edition to be sold in India and South Indian subcontinent by any international publication house can be made. आपको एक और एग्जांपल दे सकता हूं मैं. कोक अगर यूएस में बाय करोगे तो $1 अगर डाला तुम लोग ने तो यू कैन रिफिल दैट कोक एनीवेयर. $1, $2 जो भी है. प्राइसिंग इज ह्यूज. देयर इज अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस इन प्राइसिंग. हम लोग डोमिनोज का एक पिज्जा जो खाते हैं ना यहाँ पे, which is available for $4.49, $6.69 or whatever. It is available for £5, £8, £9. मतलब अपने यहाँ पे जो 400 रुपए में पिज्जा बिक रहा है वो यूके में 900 में बिकता है. For them it is in pounds, which is their local currency. But वो प्राइस यहाँ पे चार्ज नहीं कर सकते ये लोग. The price at which the pizza is sold by Domino's in UK, the same price cannot be charged in India. तो प्राइस अगर कम रखनी है तो कॉस्ट भी कम रखनी पड़ेगी, इसलिए दे डोंट हैव डाइनिंग हॉल्स एंड ऑल। अभी कुछ जगह पे शुरू हुआ है, बट इट इज बेसिकली ऑन पार्सल एंड टेक अवे। India, see, that is how you change your perception towards the customer. Customization. Domino's don't have outlet, did not have outlet in India. Pizza Hut had. Pizza Hut was superior. Pizza Hut was beating the, it was beating the hell out of Domino's. And suddenly things changed. But still, even after Domino's was number one in India, they did not have proper dining hall or dining tables or something. Hardly 2 or 3 dining tables, some one or two outlets used to have. But now they are coming out with the proper restaurant where there are 20 tables, 15 tables, 10 tables, depends on the capacity. So that is a change they brought. Cost structure is reduced. और तुम लोग को इंडियंस जनरली रास्ते पे खाते हुए ऐसे जाना प्रिफर नहीं करते. They want to sit at some place, have food and go. And you go to US, UK, सबवे से सैंडविच ले लिया, चबाते चबाते मेट्रो में किधर भी घूमते हुए दिखेंगे तुम लोग. We generally don't prefer it. We go sit, we order food, have it, and then we leave. भले 5 मिनट 10 मिनट ज्यादा लगेंगे, that's fine. But we always need that comfort. So that is a customization. So now understand what are the different strategic responses of the new business model. Creating a successful business model is essential for every business, irrespective of the fact it is a new venture or a mature organization that is expanding into a new market. So new venture, when I talk about, you have StanChart entering into Indian market, Standard Chartered Bank, ANZ, Grindlays entering into Indian market long back, HSBC entering into Indian market, or a mature organization expanding into the new market and new product line. There is already a base, Mercedes, Benz, or BMW. They are launching their Volvo, they are launching their products here. They have their production unit here. So though each business, each emerging business model have some specific underlying concerns that need to be responded strategically, but there are some generic aspects that are common to all or most of the emerging businesses, namely value proposition. Value proposition means what core of business model, what different you have, then different market segments, then your value chain structure. Value chain structure means your entire structure of the business, so that non-value added activities are also removed. Yeah, Sonal, paneer pizza. सबसे पहले तो I don't understand one thing. देखो, पिज्जा का एग्जाम्पल लो या चाइनीज एग्जाम्पल लो. चाइनीज दैट वी गेट इन इंडिया इज नॉट द रियल चाइनीज बाबा. चाइनीज नहीं खा पाओगे तुम लोग. ब्लैंड होता है, हॉरिबल होता है. यू कांट हैव इट. These are all customized products. Paneer pizza. Pizza is Italian, paneer is Indian. कहाँ से connection है बे? You go to UK and ask for paneer pizza, they will slap you. What paneer pizza you have? Paneer tikka pizza these days I have seen somewhere. और क्या है? दाल मखनी pizza. For God's sake, stop this. They won't, because there is a requirement. खाकरा देखो ना यार, बाकी जाने दो बच्चा, बाकी जाने दो. पानी पूरी खाकरा, पाव भाजी खाकरा. एक मेथी का खाकरा सबसे बेस्ट फूड था, उसकी भी बैंड बजा दी. पानी पूरी खाकरा, पाव भाजी खाकरा, कल को काला खट्टा खाकरा भी आ जाएगा. इनका कोई भरोसा नहीं, कुछ भी कर सकते हैं ये लोग. चीज पाव भाजी कौन खाता है यार? क्या करेक्शन है आजकल तो. आजकल यहाँ मंचूरियन खाकरा. करेक्ट करेक्ट. हैव पनीर टिक्का अलग एंड पिज्जा अलग ना. तो फिर मैं पनीर टिक्का खाने नहीं जाऊं, डोमिनोज क्यों जाऊं झक मारने? आई होप चाइनीज डोसा, शेजवान डोसा, कितने एग्जाम्पल्स है रे, पूरा फ्यूजन ही है। मेनलैंड चाइना, ओरिजिनल चाइनीज, अरे वो भी ओरिजिनल चाइनीज नहीं है, वो भी इंडियन चाइनीज है। पनीर चिली चाइनीज? हाउ कैन पनीर चिली बी अ चाइनीज प्रोडक्ट व्हेन दे डोंट हैव पनीर इन देयर रेगुलर फूड डाइट? इंडिया में पनीर चलता है तो डालो। सबसे गंदा आइटम मैंने रिसेंटली खाया था, चीज पनीर टिक्का। मतलब क्या खिला दिया है। दोस्त को बोला तू वापस मत आना मेरे साथ कभी, मैं तो नहीं आऊंगा तेरे साथ। चीज पनीर टिक्का। मतलब लसानिया वगैरह तो ठीक है, मतलब हमको पहले से पता है कि उसमें क्या होने वाला है। पनीर टिक्का बोल के अब मुंह में पानी आ गया, वो उसमें चीज डाल के दिया, बट पूरा, सी, इट माइट बी, इट माइट टेस्ट गुड, बट क्या है ये? अच्छा, हम लोग के इधर एक अंडा वाला है, ओके, सो आई वेंट देयर, आई वाज हैविंग ऑमलेट, आई हैव ऑमलेट, आई एम एगिटेरियन, तो ऑमलेट खाता हूँ मैं। I was having it, some girl come there and some girl came there and she said, भैया एक जैन भुर्जी बनाना। My soul was almost 20 feet out of my body and it came back. जैन भुर्जी? मैंने उसको पूछा जैन भुर्जी का मतलब क्या है? बोलते नहीं, विदाउट ओनियन। Customization. Wherever you have emerging market, all these products will survive. एकदम सिंपल एग्जांपल दूं, तुम लोग कभी बोरीवली आए तो महावीर नगर चले जाना, मुलुंड में हो तो वो मुलुंड का खाऊ गली, घाटकोपर हो तो घाटकोपर का खाऊ गली, ऐसा ऐसा आइटम मिलेगा ना, सोच नहीं सकते। बिकॉज देर इज अ ह्यूज मार्केट एंड दैट इज इमर्जिंग मार्केट, दैट इज इमर्जिंग मार्केट। Okay, to put it in more simpler way, at least those things, those change drivers, that means those facts or those elements which change the entire scenario of the business, need to be addressed strategically, because such cost drivers lead to evolution of a new business models, whereas effect drivers are responses in themselves through having circular effect. See, cost driver means the need that arises for launching a product, and impact effect drivers are after you launch your product, what is the impact of it? So what are the different strategies? ध्यान से देखना. Digital strategies pertaining to digital technologies and advancement. Payphone, GPay, Google Pay, Bheem, Razor Pay. So using digital technologies and advanced technologies. Second, value-based strategies. Value capture model in business ecosystem. What do you mean by that? We have realized one thing, that business ecosystem means combination of various networks. Okay. So if you have a great ecosystem where suppliers, distributor, customers, or competitors, government agencies, and everyone is working as a system, it's an ecosystem. Then in that case, we have to acknowledge that the networks are rapidly replacing traditional markets, which are doing better than their previous experiences, like banking sector in India. Banking sector in India is so developed now because of core banking, which was business process re-engineering done by ICICI Bank in 90s. Telecommunication revolution in India. Everyone is using mobile phone now. Now, if you talk about bi-articleship days, when I used to travel from first class, वो कॉलेज का कंसेशन मिलता है ना 1/3 में. हाँ, तो when I used to travel from first class, ऐसा किसी का मोबाइल बचा तो हम लोग सब देखते थे, आइला मोबाइल 24 rupees outgoing or 12 or 14 rupees incoming call, and people were using it. People were using it. So strategies to capture value. Okay, ये देखो, make best out of the what customer needs, especially the changing one. मैंने एग्जांपल दिया था ना आपको टाटा स्काई का, ये देखो, DTH offer record features because they knew viewer may prefer to record the TV. Actually एयरटेल से पहले टाटा स्काई इंट्रोड्यूस दिस टाटा प्ले. आपको टाइम नहीं है तो आप रिकॉर्ड करके देख सकते हो, बाद में देख सकते हो. Be the locus of USP. Be the reason for which customer buy the product. USP, what is your unique selling point? For Maruti, for Suzuki, it is mileage. For Tata, it is safety. For Toyota, it is endurance. For mutual funds, it is safety and returns. Have you observed lately, even ELSs, tax exemption वाली म्यूचुअल फंड भी 15% 18% रिटर्न देने लगे, because there was so much of stiff competition. अर्लियर इनका मतलब अगर नॉर्मल इक्विटी फंड तुम लोग को 12 से 18% दे रहा है, तो ये लोग 8 से 9%, 8 से 10% देते थे. अब इन्होंने भी अपना प्रॉफिट मार्जिन बढ़ा लिया, बिकॉज दे नो दैट इज ओनली वे ऑफ अट्रैक्टिंग द कस्टमर. अब मैं टैक्स भी बचाता हूं और मुझे रेट भी मिल रहा है, आई मीन द ROI भी मेरा बढ़ रहा है. 3 years लॉक. भाई म्यूचुअल फंड में कमाने का है तो लॉक इन जरूरी है. म्यूचुअल फंड में अगर तुम लोग को असली बेनिफिट चाहिए ना, तो मेरे ख्याल से लॉक इन तो 10 साल होना चाहिए. NPS equity has also started. Yes, it has also started good returns. Recently तो FD का रेट भी बढ़ा दिया बैंक ने. रिसेंटली तो FD का रेट भी बढ़ा. भाई सबको सरवाइव तो करना है, पैसा तो कमाना है. Be indispensable. Be indispensable integrator. That means you cannot be replaced. Google Play Store or Google system itself. So strategic aspect of creating ecosystem, ये तुम लोग पढ़ लेना आराम से. Flexibility, cooperations, free flow of information, shared technology. तुम लोग को याद आएगा मैंने सैमसंग का एग्जांपल दिया था. Just have a glance on that. Just have a glance on that quickly. वेदश्री समझा ना, म्यूचुअल फंड का सही रिटर्न तो 5 साल के बाद ही मिलेगा. वैसे तुम लोग सेकेंड या थर्ड ईयर आर्टिकल होंगे ना सब लोग, म्यूचुअल फंड में डालना चालू कर देंगे नहीं पैसा. एक सिप चालू करो महीने का. You decide the amount 3,000 5,000 and start with it. ट्रस्ट में तुम लोग के पास लाइफ स्पैन, तुम लोग का करियर स्पैन अगर 30 साल का भी पकड़ोगे, तुम लोग 20 साल के हो ना, 20 22, पर 30 35 साल का भी पकड़ा ना, अरे मार्केट गिरने का वेट करेगा तो कुछ नहीं हाथ में आएगा. 30% 40% पे डालते रहने का. तेरे पास जितना फंड्स है 30% अभी डाल, 30% थोड़ा और टूटने के बाद डाल, और बाद में अगर टूटा तो 40% डाल, वरना थोड़ा बढ़ना चालू हो जाएगा, डाल दे. इफ यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म, मार्केट फॉल मार्केट राइज डजंट मैटर. और सिप कर रहे हो तुम लोग, हर महीने 3,000 जाएगा तो किसी भी एनएवी पे तुम लोग के पास यूनिट्स तो आ ही जाएंगे यार, वेटेड एवरेज मिलेगा तुम लोग को बेनिफिट। 30-35 ईयर्स का तुम लोग का वर्किंग स्पैन है, अभी से इन्वेस्ट करना चालू करो, ट्रस्ट मी। कुछ काम नहीं आएगा, आईफोन लेके घूमोगे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा लॉन्ग रन में। योर इन्वेस्टमेंट, योर वेल्थ विल हेल्प यू आउट। एनीवेज, थर्ड पार्ट, ये तो ठीक है, ये तो पढ़ लोगे। ओके, स्ट्रेटेजिक रिस्पॉन्स टू ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस एंड डिसरप्शंस। ये मैं हमेशा एग्जांपल देता हूं। इफ यू डोंट चेंज यू विल बी आउट ऑफ द मार्केट। चेंज नो किया तो नो किया, बोला था ना मैंने आपको एक बार। इफ यू डोंट चेंज यू आर आउट ऑफ द मार्केट। बीपीएल, another example. Hindustan Motors is one more example. लेकिन एयरटेल, सैमसंग, they are surviving. Airtel and Samsung, they are surviving because of the change, because of the upgradation. Milking as cash. Okay, what are the strategies for rolling out disruptions or to fight against disruptions? Milking as cash cow. Milking as cash cow means whichever business is flourishing, get the maximum use, get the maximum out of it. जैसे बॉटलिंग बिजनेस ऑफ सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक कंपनीज, डीवीडी रेंटल, इंटरनेट कैफे, ये सब खत्म हो गया, लेकिन जब चला तब जोरदार चल। सो गेट इनटू इट, गेट द मैक्सिमम मनी आउट ऑफ इट, यूज इट फॉर द अदर बिजनेस। वो कहते हैं ना, जब तक बल्ला चल रहा है तब तक ठाट है, चल रहा है बिजनेस तब तक कमा लो। व्हाट बॉलीवुड पीपल डू दीज डेज, स्पेशली फीमेल एक्टर्स। शादी होने, अभी तो ठीक है शादी होना कॉमन हो गया है, बट पहले ऐसा नहीं था। हीरोइन की शादी हो गई मतलब खत्म करियर। सो दे यूज्ड टू गेट मैरिड लेट, अर्न अ ह्यूज अमाउंट। अभी बंदा 2 मूवी करता है या करती है, शादी कर लेती है, प्रोड्यूसर भी बन जाती है। सो नाउ थिंग्स हैव चेंज्ड, बट पहले गेट द मैक्सिमम आउट ऑफ द सिचुएशन is called as milking as cash cow. Then invest और काउंटर इन्वेस्ट। ये जियो का एग्जांपल, ह्यूज इन्वेस्टमेंट किया था फाइबर में, फाइबर ऑप्टिकल वायर्स में, फायदा हुआ। ब्लॉकिंग द पार्ट और क्रिएटिंग हर्डल ऑन द रोड, ये देखो, ब्लॉकिंग द पाथ एंड क्रिएटिंग हर्डल ऑफ द ऑन द रोड। आपको पता है गोवा में ओला उबर नहीं चलता, because their taxi union is so strong, politically so strong, they're not allowing Ola Uber to get launched in Goa. Counter disruption. Counter disruption is basically considered as aggressive strategy. Big players will have more resources, so they can always use their resources to rule out the original innovator from the market and crush them at the lowest possible level and make commercial value nil. Counter disruption is don't let the change happen. Don't let the change happen. अब जनरली कैसे होता है, why it is practically not possible to have counter disruption? मैं बड़ा प्लेयर हूं, आप छोटा प्लेयर हो, आपने कोई प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च किया which has a great future out, say around in next 10 to 15 years. Either I will finish you or I will absorb you. I will buy your business, you will be executive director on my panel, topic over. So market is still disrupted. ओला ने स्टेक बेच दिया, ओला वालों ने, प्रमोटर्स ने, market is still disrupted. Ownership can change, management can change, market is still disrupted. So generally counter disruption doesn't work unless your product doesn't have that much potential. जैसे पता है एक जमाने में ये रोड साइड ठेले होते थे, उनको बाहर गाड़ी लगाने की परमिशन नहीं मिलती थी. दिस लोकल शॉपकीपर्स यूज्ड टू कंप्लेन अगेंस्ट देम. बट अभी चीजें अलग हो गई है. नाउ दे गिव देम शेयरिंग स्पेस. मेरे ही प्रीमाइसेस में रहे और मुझे रेंट दे. बात खत्म. तू भी कमा, मैं भी कमाता हूँ. तू भी कमा, मैं भी कमाता हूँ. दैट मीन्स इट इज पीयर टू पीयर, और आई वुड से क्रॉस सेगमेंटेशन. वी हैव जैन डेयरी. जैन डेयरी के बाहर भेल वाला बैठता है. सेम प्रीमाइसेस. फ्री में थोड़ी दिया होगा उसको. You will see so many, some ice cream parlors, not the branded one, but normal ice cream parlors. They might be having sandwich wala outside the, or rather in the, not in the actual premises, but just next to the door. होता है. So generally counter disruption नहीं होता, because if I see an idea, if I see the product, I will take it, I will take over the entire business and I will launch the product. Like so many IT companies are formed by so many IIT professionals. But all these companies are purchased by L&T Infotech, ICICI, I mean, ICICI Infotech, TCS. All these companies are purchased, and all those founders are now directors in these respective listed companies. So that is also a pride. That is also, that also generates revenue. So generally it is not possible. So now the last one is, okay, this one is restrict presence and shift focus on core. Focus on basic things, focus on core, and proceed. And last one is withdraw. Surrender your strategy, withdraw your product from the market. That is a simple way of avoiding disruption. Now, guys, there is nothing to be discussed in MCQs. Also, you can go through MCQs. So it was about emerging business strategies. That was your 5th topic, I guess. So we are 5 topics down. Now we are meeting on Monday. Am I right? Quickly tell me that. Saturday, Sunday, nahi hai. Haan. So we are meeting on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we are meeting. And I'm going to start with the next chapter, where more than theory, we'll be discussing some practical topics also. It is your strategic revenue management, which is having a combination of marginal costing, relevant costing, decision making, pricing, and everything, which I had discussed roughly while doing first 5 chapters, will now be done in detail. So the chapter is important. So we'll stop here today. We'll start fresh topic on Monday, your topic number 6. Now, ideally, we'll be left with 6 and 7. Correct? So 2 chapters will be left in this module, and then we'll take up another module.